what's worse than losing? Coming in second. Because you get a glimpse of the summit only to be buried by the weight of expectation. Heaviest is the crown that could have been. But the second place curse was finally broken in this epic, deadly, and history-defining match. This is VCT Masters Toronto, where the top teams from each region gather to clash for the title of best team in the world. The battle raged on for 2 whole weeks, and when the dust settled and only 2 teams remained, we were left with a legendary matchup. On one side of the ring is the unstoppable train, Paper Rex. Hailing from the Pacific League, they are a world-class team known for their aggressive, creative, and chaotic playstyle. WK Gaming is their slogan. Their mastery of this crazy playstyle has taken them to a staggering 10 international events. But despite this, Paper Rex have never won a trophy. Twice they fought their way to a grand final, and twice they fell at the final hurdle. Trapped by the second place curse, they were the crownless kings. But then, seemingly out of nowhere, the Paper Rex train left the station, and it was unstoppable. Track by track, Paper Rex tore through the competition and clawed their way up to the grand finals of Masters Toronto, their 3rd grand final. This is Paper Rex's shot at redemption, a chance to finally break the curse and, after all these years, lift their first ever trophy. But standing in their way is their worst matchup yet. They are the immovable fortress, a titan among titans. On the other side of the ring is Fnatic of the EMEA League. Unlike Paper Rex, Fnatic don't rely on wild aggression. Instead, they are masters of strategy, structure, and teamwork. With world-class fundamentals, they're able to execute their deep well of strats to suffocate any team they play. They're a team that can predict your every move and punish every mistake. There are no gaps in their game plan, except the ones they intentionally leave open. With this consistent playstyle, they became a regular at global events, including 3 grand final appearances before today. But unlike Paper Rex, Fnatic won 2 of them, conquering the world not once, but twice. If Fnatic win this match, then they will have 3 world championships under their belt, cementing their legacy as the greatest team in Valorant history. This is more than a trophy for Fnatic. This is their chance to write a legend. The grand finals began. On sunset, both teams came out swinging, pushing the score to a razor-thin 11-12. But then, Paper Rex unleashed this play.
Overtime in map 1. So Paranoia forwards already, Paper Rex. Very fast play indeed. That's sick. And the Warlock, none the bloody wiser.
And with that set play, Paper Rex decisively close out the round, taking map 1. But Fnatic remain unfazed. Instead, they dig in for war. Map 2, Icebox, descended into a brutal war of attrition. Round after round, neither team would break, pushing the game into quadruple overtime. But finally, it was Fnatic who delivered the final blow, striking back to tie up the series 1-1. But then came map 3, Pearl, Fnatic's kryptonite. Their permaban mapped this event. But despite their little prep, their raw skill alone kept them in the fight, making Paper Rex sweat every single round. But in the end, Paper Rex's relentless pressure came out on top. Paper Rex up 2-1. They are just 1 map away from lifting their first trophy. And now we arrive at map 4, Lotus. This is perhaps the most crucial map so far. If Paper Rex win, then they become champions. But if they lose, then this series will be decided on the final map, Split, one of Fnatic's best maps. They boast a staggering 83% win rate in their region and remain undefeated on Split in this tournament. Paper Rex cannot afford to let this match go to Split. They must end it here. Map 4 Lotus began, and it was a bloodbath. Back and forth, both teams traded blow for blow, and when the dust settled, The first half ended 7-5 with Paper Rex in the lead. But this is only a slight lead. Fnatic can completely cancel out Paper Rex's advantage if they win this pistol. But if Paper Rex wins instead, then they will snowball to the point of almost doubling Fnatic's score. This is a crucial round. In Paper Rex's call, to open with all 5 players C lobby. They want to bring out their signature W key gaming and slam C. But this might just be the wrong call because Fnatic have red Paper Rex. Fnatic open with 3 players stacked C. Their counter to a C rush is to let Paper Rex waste their utility C long and then pounce on them with their blind and sheriffs. Will the train of Paper Rex penetrate the C site, or will they be stopped by the fortress of Fnatic? The barriers drop, Jing nades C.
Entire narrative.
They're coming, our read was right, Fnatic yell.
Paper Rex want to go. Again, pacey, nothing changed up, nothing switched up, double face, clone, boom one, absolutely everything! A poster tucked up is gonna cook my setup!
An explosive collision, but Fnatic come out on top, 3v2 now. But C site is Paper Rex's. Divide takes the spike onto site. Fnatic quickly group up Waterfall. They have one more hidden card up their sleeve.
Paper Rex with that W game in, trying to burst their way through the choke. 2 players though, still with tons of health here, Divine something. It is absolutely winnable. It rebounds! Oh my! What a perfect wallbang from Kayak! And it leaves it all down to something in a 1v3, the pistol round, essential for Fnatic. In the driving seat and more, fake with the TP, damage done to Chronicle. Just looking for barely ahead. It's reactionary, the Haunt reveals something not planned for him. And Kayak defusing, sticking half off of it. Swapping sides, somebody needs the kills and he needs it now, but Kayak!
And the fortress holds strong. Fnatic take the pistol round. We have a game on our hands. Well, that's only if the next round goes as expected. This round should be Fnatic's guaranteed win. It's their chance to tie up the score and start snowballing. But if Paper Rex somehow upsets this round, then Fnatic's economy will be in shambles and Paper Rex will steal all the momentum. Something knows this, and so he decides to gamble. While the rest of Paper Rex saves, Something kills his economy to hero buy an outlaw. He then brings it towards C. Paper Rex open with a wide 2-1-2 spread. They want to make noise B and A to bait out a C push from Fnatic right into Something's outlaw. But Fnatic are once again one step ahead. Fnatic opened with a 1-1-3 spread. Kayak and Crashies both bought rifles, so they want to take this long-range fight A main. While Fnatic are stacking A, Alpha Year is solo anchoring C with his outlaw. No one on Paper Rex have full armor, so this outlaw is basically an op on steroids this round. The barriers drop, Alpha Year posts up C long, Boaster gives Alpha a one-way smoke, Something passively posts C long with his outlaw, as Forsaken launches off the boxes. This jump peek will spot defenders aggressing up C long if their back is against the wall, but since Alpha's not pushing, the jump peek spots nothing. It's a stalemate at C long. But while this was happening, Patman stomps up B lobby with no regards for his life. At A, Fnatic, Omen blind, Fade Eye A main. Patman sends his Fade Eye B. Chronicle dodges it, so Patman peeks into B and breaks Fnatic's turret. Back A, Boaster sees no one peeking A main, so he leaves to rotate B as Kayak farms the alt orb. But Paper Rex are on a mission, and they call to pounce now.
Of his own. Trying to take that peek as a flash, and you...
Kayak turns the flash and destroys the Vive for first blood. Jing nades to try to trade, but Kayak safely retreats. Fnatic put up their wall, then sends a Prowler back in response, but Paper Rex hides from it, so the Prowler spots nothing. Paper Rex also know that Fnatic didn't swing through their own Viper wall, so they're saying, hey, since Fnatic backed off, let's make noise taking back A main to draw rotates, and then take the spike to the weak C site. So Forsaken quietly starts walking towards C, while Jing and Patman stomp up A.
He's actually swapped it over to Boaster too. Faith in the leader.
This Paper Rex smoke threatens a lurk towards stairs, gives cover from A site to walk into B link, and threatens an A pop. But Fnatic see this smoke, and their experienced gut tells them that this is just fake pressure. So Kayak and Boaster play passive A to hold for lurks, while Chronicle rotates C and Crashies shift towards B heaven. This is a perfect read from Fnatic.
Rex Arsenal. Fnatic need this to be able to get back in the game. An eco round here for Paper X would be...
And Alpha Year punishes Forsaken for trying to sneak onto his site. Chronicle Viper mollies the choke. Paper X's strat has been shut down. 5v3 in Fnatic's favor. Jing and Patman know they must make a play to even the odds, so they walk into B Link. But Crashies is anchoring heaven, and Chronicle is working back B, wary of a potential timing.
Up through B. Crashies. Eyes in two directions here, but he's just found the right timing on it. Jing, gone. Paper X looking to group up. Up against Fnatic right now, where they're not letting anything slip, not anything at all.
Yo, why does Chronicle Stinger shoot like a rifle? Paper X had a perfect double peek on Crashies, but Chronicle swung off that contact and dismantled Paper X to secure Fnatic a flawless round win. It's now 7-7. This is anyone's game. Since 2022, Paper X have attended every single global event, but that changed in 2025.
Delay, pushes forward, blind, through the smoke, able to find Forsaken, Spike still gets planted. But matters are only getting worse for Paper X. Something able to find one, then taken down. Mind Freak Jing trying to desperately to fight back, but the judge aforementioned will be the thing that seals their fate. 13-1, where were you?
Paper X fell short in VCT Pacific kickoff, and for the first time in over 3 years, they failed to qualify for a global event. Something had to change. Not the player, but like the actual word, something. A change had to be made. So Paper X signed Patman, an up-and-coming talented rookie, brought on a performance coach, Panda, and secretly started working with ex-Fnatic coach Mini. Patman brought in a renewed energy and vigor to the team. Panda helped Paper X master the skill of staying calm yet confident. Coach Mini systematically upgraded their defensive strategies. But things never turn out the way you expect. VCT Pacific Stage 1 began, and Paper X lost every single game. One more loss, and Paper X would be eliminated and fail to qualify for their second global event in a row. But on their elimination match, their hard work finally blossomed, and they got their first win. And they just kept winning and winning and winning. The hype train gained more and more momentum. Despite their initial setback, Paper X clawed their way up to barely qualify for Masters Toronto. But the train of Paper X didn't stop there. Round by round, match by match, track by track, Paper X ran through the world's most elite teams until they finally arrived at the grand finals. This is momentum, hope, and a chance at redemption for Paper X. Track by track is how they got here. But now, can the chaotic Paper X still stay on track when the pressure is the highest it's ever been? The situation is now reversed. Paper X on their full buy, Fnatic on their bonus. Paper X cannot afford to lose this round, but their hearts sank as the reality of the buys dawned on them. Fnatic have masterfully managed their economy to have a bonus round that looks very close to a full buy. If Fnatic somehow win their bonus, then their economy will snowball out of control, while half of Paper X can't even afford a rifle on their supposed full buy round. What will they do? Paper X called to open with everyone B. B equals close range fights equals good for close range weapons. Paper X dove into their strat book and found a set execute just for the situation. But Fnatic have eyes. They can see that half of Paper X can't afford rifles. So Fnatic called to open with a 2-0-3 spread. Their C players have 2 outlaws. Their 3 A players have long range guns. And they're playing full retake B. A perfect counter to Paper X's plan. But wait, Chronicle forgot to set up his Viper wall for B and A. He frantically sprints towards B, but the round timer waits for no one. The barriers drop. Paper X dive forward.
They have the economy advantage. And
Chronicle gets bombarded with util.
I think Chronicle's revealed his position here.
Oh, but Kayak turns away from the flash and saves Chronicle. Fnatic up, 5v4. But Paper X know that there's 3 Fnatic players B now. So they call to pivot C.
There, honestly. And not a deep teleport either.
Satchel's in your face though. Alpha!
And Alpha Year one-shots Jing out of the sky. That shouldn't have been possible with the Outlaw. But earlier back in B main, Jing actually took some chip damage from Kayak's nade. And that did just enough damage for Alpha Year's Outlaw to one-shot Jing. Every bit of damage matters. Fnatic up, 5v3 now. Paper Rex are starting to sweat. Fnatic might actually convert their bonus round. Alpha Year wants to push his advantage and loot Paper Rex's gun. But Patman is close and hungry for a kill.
Plucks Jing out of the skies.
Where's he going? Gun's not down, he's right in front of you. Hold on.
C-site is Paper Rex's, but they're still down numbers, so Paper Rex called to make a play to even the odds.
Reinforcements.
Boaster's rotating over with the Odin.
And a bit of spam, my god.
I don't think the Odin's going to be here in time to try to deny the plant.
Going to this corner, Forsaken feeling like he needs to take that.
A huge pick, 3v3 now.
Kayak dropped through the wall. The bullet that just locks down, and now a bit of patience to be played.
3v3, what an opening given to Paper Rex. This round looked disastrous for them.
Forsaken throws a smoke to delay the retake.
Random spam and hopes. Flash forwards, divide with the peak. All trying to cut this one up here with the paranoia. Is picture perfect, but not the clear indeed. Boaster straight there with the Odin. Trying to trade this one out, but the bullets are running dry. And Patman and Devi not to be outdone.
Boaster's run out of time.
And Boaster calls to save. This round was slipping away from Paper Rex's fingertips, but kill by kill, track by track, Paper Rex stole back the round. Paper Rex break the tie and take the lead once again. But remember, this was Fnatic's bonus. Next round, both teams will be armed with a deadly full buy. And that's when this game truly begins. Hey, real quick, let's talk about the two types of games that define every Valorant player's night. Game 1, you're 30 kills in, absolutely unstoppable. Your aim is crispy clean, you're perfectly reading the game, and you decisively carry your team to a win. In Game 2, you queue up, and you're met with complete silence. Your teammates are scattered, no one is trading, and every gunfight feels like a coin flip. A coin flip that you're somehow always losing, even though you were literally 10s the game before. You're trying to play tactically, but you're completely alone in a lobby of silent, or even worse, toxic randoms. That frustrating cycle of inconsistency and feeling like you're playing alone is exactly why I created Sov Academy, a private community designed to give you the two things you're missing: a system for winning more consistently and teammates that have your back. Inside, I'll be doing weekly live breakdowns of the world's most elite teams and players, their decision-making, utility usage, and all the secrets to what makes them the most consistent players in the world will be yours to absorb. You'll gain access to masterclasses where you'll learn the strategies, skills, and mindsets to break through your plateau, carry more games, and finally reach your dream rank. Most importantly, you'll join a tight-knit community of mature, passionate, and positive players who want to play the way Valorant was intended to be played, as a team. You'll easily find like-minded friends to queue with who will hold you accountable and cheer you on. And you could be that person to someone else too. By joining Sov Academy, you'll be a part of something bigger than yourself. Now, to celebrate our launch, I'm offering something I'll never offer again. If you sign up anytime this September, you'll get a lifetime 30% off Founders discount. Your rate will never go up. Plus, the first 50 members to join will get the exclusive Founder role in the server. This deal will be gone when October hits, so take advantage of this deal while it's still here. So click on the link in the description or the pinned comment to join today. I'm looking forward to seeing you inside. Both teams are on their full buy. The winner will kickstart their momentum. The loser goes broke. Fnatic opened with a 1-1-3 spread. They want to take aiming control, but they're not going to push up too far. They don't want to get run over by Paper Rex, so they're playing a few steps back to be able to absorb that pressure. Since Fnatic are heavy towards A, they have Killjoy and Viper positioned to stall C and B. And this A control might just be perfect because Paper Rex are opening with 4A main. Devi is going to solo lurk B with a rose on the ground. Wait, that's kind of poetic. But poetry aside, this is actually a big brain, multi-layered strategy. Paper Rex want to make a ton of noise contesting A. The noise will hopefully draw rotate, creating an opening for Devi to lurk a B and make some magic happen. But if Fnatic don't rotate and instead decide to flank C, then Paper Rex have a trap prepared. But Fnatic aren't pushing C this round, so Paper Rex must first survive this A main fight. The barriers drop, something Euro flashes. Fnatic, Omen blind, Fade Eye. The blind misses something, but he gets scanned by the Fade Eye and TPs away.
Respected. Boaster, there it is.
And Boaster puts on his X-ray goggles and finds first blood. Paper Rex quadruple swing, but Fnatic put up their Viper wall and Boaster safely slips away. At this moment, Devi is lurked up B main. He hears Fnatic's Killjoy turret. Hey, smoke off the B turret and make some noise A for me. Devi calms. Forsaken sends over a smoke.
Smoked off the turret. Chronicles waiting.
Lurk exposed. Both players disengage. Towards A, Jing has tree control and Forsaken TPs to stairs.
Looking to contain, looking to maintain. Forsaken's forwards though. With rifle in hand, Boaster is out in the open.
And Paper Rex break open the A site. But Jing wants more.
Jing just choosing a timing there through the smoke. Catching Boaster very unexpectedly.
Chronicles next.
Despite the aim punch, Jing on top.
One after another. All left to Alpha, yeah. All yes.
And Paper Rex win the first gun run of the game. Track by track, Paper Rex are back to a 2-point lead. And it looks like the gap is going to widen from here because Fnatic are now bankrupt. Fnatic call a timeout. Back in time to 2022, Masters Copenhagen. This is the first time Paper Rex reached a grand final for a global event. By making it this far, they shattered the perception that APAC was weak and proved that a new power has arrived amongst the global elite. But Paper Rex didn't care about that. They wanted the trophy. But unfortunately, they were a step too short. The trophy just barely slipped away. This was the first time Paper Rex felt the bitter frustration of second place. They were determined to never let that happen again. Paper Rex went into a brief slump after this, but they rolled up their sleeves and kept grinding, kept improving, step by step, until they finally made it to the grand finals of VCT Champions Los Angeles, their second global grand finals, and their chance at redemption for Masters Copenhagen. But little did they know, this is where everything would go wrong. Paper Rex are feeling real good about this lead, especially now that Fnatic are broke. They just need to focus on playing this round like usual and take the free win. Paper Rex open with a 104 spread. They want to hit A with Devi holding C. They've got the same wall, rose, and Euro TP setup as last round, but unlike last round, we might actually see it in action because Fnatic are opening with a 3-1-1 spread. Fnatic haven't stacked C since Pistol, so they want to change it up and do it again. But to hide the C stack, Boaster and Crashies are going to first show some fake presence A. The barriers drop, Fnatic, Omen blind, Fade Eye A.
It makes no stops. Paper Rex are looking to send it flying over the finish line.
Aiming control is Paper Rex's. Boaster comes, hey, the I TP'd and flashed. I think they're coming A. So Fnatic C players call to triple flank. Crashies prowls front B to weed out any lurkers. But Devi hears this. He turns around, calming to his team, hey, Fnatic are prowling B main. The rest of Paper Rex goes, they're pushing B? Then we ooga booga A then. So Paper Rex call to speed up A. It's just Boaster holding A side alone with his Bucky.
All the pressure now, Boaster is in hot water. Sliding past though, he's got that bucket in hand and he's going to try and take that timing! Boaster revealing, lining them out. Alfia does deliver, but something.
And in the blink of an eye, Paper Rex wipe out half of Fnatic. They were so meticulous with clearing the tree smoke and fully punishing Boaster. Then, when Fnatic responded with a flank, Devi picked off one, something TP'd back and got his trade. And now, it's a 4v2 in Paper Rex's favor.
Crashies open onto the sideline again. Something is just plucking these players. out of the picture. And PaperX find the 10th round.
And round by round, track by track, PaperX widen their lead.
Oh, no.
A stressful lower bracket marathon. No time to catch their breaths. A huge veto disadvantage in the grand finals. Fnatic are exhausted, and the train of PaperX feels unstoppable. But they stay resilient. They remember who they are. Along with PaperX, Fnatic are also a global powerhouse, attending more global events than most teams dream of. The difference is, Fnatic have successfully conquered the world. In 2023, they won 2 back-to-back trophies. They were the undisputed best team in the world, but then it came crumbling down. It started with a 4th place finish in Champions Los Angeles, then not even qualifying for Masters Madrid, and mediocre results from there on out. The divinity of Fnatic seemed like a myth of the past. Doubt crept in. Maybe their era was officially over. But now, they have finally arrived at a grand final stage. Fnatic haven't lifted a trophy in over 700 days. This tournament is their chance to rise to the throne once again. Or at least they thought it was. Fnatic are feeling cornered, but now that they're back on a full buy, they have another chance to come back. But if PaperX win this round, then not only will they get ahead 11-7, but Fnatic will go bankrupt, which will result in PaperX ascending to match and championship point. This is the most important round for PaperX, and a round that Fnatic must not lose. So both teams are whipping out the big guns. PaperX open with a 1-1-3 default. 3 players defaulting A main, Patman going to make noise B for Divide to cook with his op C. They don't want to rush into anything, especially when the trophy is so close. But Fnatic see that PaperX have both Yoru and Fade Ult. They have a read that PaperX will rush B with them, so they open with a 2-0-3 spread. Viper and Killjoy util C to torch the ground to deny a rush. Full retake B, and they have Fade util, Odin, Op, and Razal to contest A. So this A fight could be explosive. The barriers drop, Patman sprints a B lobby. Forsaken smokes C link, Patman prowlers close. Off this fake B noise, Divide swings C long. And Divide plucks Alpha Year out of the air. At the same time, towards A, Kayak breaks open the door to post A with his op. But something pops his Yoru ult and TP's in.
Oh, and that is not the best beginning for
Fnatic immediately scatter to flee from the Yoru ult. But this is just fake noise. The rest of PaperX are rotating C off Divide's pick. But something is still on the hunt.
Kayak. Watching too many angles at once! What is that?
Something catches Boaster on a smoke break and one-shots him. PaperX up, 5v3. They're calling, wait, A is open, go back A, go back A. But Kayak knows he must make a play to save Fnatic.
What is that? Something punished for those over towards Pearl. And here he comes up with the goods. Kayak tries to respond.
It's all on the rookie's shoulders. Trying to shut them down. And nades! Rebounds, a bit of bullet tag. He's left down at 30 health. PaperX though, forwards. Ever relentless. It's an onslaught towards the A site. There's gaps in his timing. Oh boy. Patman has found it. Stepping forwards, Crashies looking to see if he can make the difference. Turn it around, jump it around. It's whimsical in nature. And PaperX, maybe showing signs of the old mistakes. Clearing through, Crashies will be happy to capitalize. The 5 HP is not much to work with in Chronicle. Left to pick it all up. Left to pick it all up into the 1v1. Him versus Divide. Pits online. Divide!
And the crowd erupts. They know what this means. Fnatic are now bankrupt. And track by track, PaperX are just steps away from earning that trophy they've so long yearned for. This train cannot be stopped. But little do they know, Fnatic, with their backs against the wall, are about to pull off a miracle. It's 2023. Fnatic are at the top of the world. But as the saying goes, the higher you are, the harder you fall. Fnatic didn't qualify for Masters Madrid. placed 7th and 8th in Masters Shanghai. Fnatic's initiator god Leo stepped down due to health issues. And after a mediocre finish in Champion Seoul, Fnatic's superstar duelist Durka left the team. With these legendary figures gone, the golden era of Fnatic was over. In 2025, they brought in Kayak, a talented rookie, and Crashies, a champion from NA. They were strong players, no doubt, but they were tasked with the impossible, filling a void left by legends. So Fnatic had zero expectations going into 2025, and almost as expected, they failed to make the first event of the year, Masters Bangkok. At this time, Fnatic couldn't help but wonder, are they doomed to be a shell of their former glory? Paper Rex are feeling good. 11 rounds in their pocket, Fnatic bankrupt. Paper Rex can smell the trophy. Fnatic know that if they let Paper Rex get match point, then they'll have no room to breathe. But if they force spine now and lose, then they will have zero chance at a comeback. So Fnatic make the difficult decision to save. But Alpha Year, who's been on fire this series, forces a Hero Guardian to see if he can make a miracle happen. Fnatic opened with a 1-1-3 spread. Although their weapons are weak, they have almost all their ults online. So Fnatic called to stack A and then play retake C and B with their ults. But Paper Rex also have 4 ults online. Their executes can be nuclear, but they don't want to rush in. They don't want to make any mistakes. Paper Rex opened with 1 spawn and 4 A. Last round, Paper Rex showed Devi opping C, so this round they want to change it up. Paper Rex called to take aim and control and get the op set up there instead. So both teams want A control. This match could be decided right here.
Touching distance, 2 rounds away.
It's being thrown together.
Bullets traded, Fnatic disengages. Panman prowls through the Viper wall. Crashies dodges it. So Paper Rex now know that Fnatic have dipped. Hey, keep making noise A, we'll end C, Paper Rex call. So something starts getting active.
Fnatic with barely any weaponry really. Door opened up, flash through. Something's just looking for a reaction.
Noise is made, something TPs away, and he leaves Devi to hold the A line. The pack of Paper Rex are heading C, but at C long is Alpha Year, waiting with his Hero Guardian. But then, Forsaken smokes Baby Door. Crashes is like, hey, they smoked me off, they could be re-hitting A. So Alpha Year decides to leave the C line and start rotating A. Paper Rex are about to get C long for free, but Crashies wants info. He prowlers A main, Devi hides from it. Kayak swings out, he spots nothing. It's just a fake, Fnatic call. So Alpha Year starts shifting back C and Chronicle also starts rotating C. But it's too late, Paper Rex have already taken C long. But Fnatic don't know this, they want more info. So Boaster opens a tree door.
Door opened up, Devi.
Boaster though, he's still keeping so many players on this side of the map. C is really weak.
He's giving up a lot of info here.
Devi draws first blood, but his team is already executing onto C.
Pot shots, feeling like risky business needs to be taken. It's all on his shoulders to try and offset. Batman gone in through the back.
Oh! Forsaken only had 1 smoke for the execute because he smoked Baby Door earlier to fake pressure A. With his single smoke, he smoked Waterfall and had to leave CT open. And Fnatic took full advantage of that and slaughtered half of Paper Rex. Fnatic up, 4v3. Paper Rex are feeling the pressure. Devi vice ults to get them more space. Jing plants as the rest of Paper Rex look for an equalizing pick.
Precisely for moments like this, and they want to step forward, something hungry for the kills. Lockdown even being committed. Fnatic are throwing everything at this.
Jing has an ult to be able to work with, but I don't think he can get the angle on this. The ult, though, could easily deny the defuse. Jing could send it splashing against the back here.
That's what he's waiting for. Pre-aim, nightfall. Gone away. It's a tap onto it. Alpha's already taken out something. Best chance in a long while. And Paper Rex, they bide their time. They don't use the ults.
And Fnatic win their save round. The fortress of Fnatic finally put a stop to Paper Rex's momentum.
Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Fnatic, against all odds, found a lifeline last round. Better yet, winning that eco revived their economy. But survival is one thing. A comeback is a completely different beast. Both teams have full buys. Both teams have ults online. This is anyone's round. Fnatic opened with a 1-1-3 spread, the same opening as last round, but this time they're adding a twist. Fnatic want to contest deep A control. Instead of absorbing PaperX's pressure, they now want to be the ones to strike first. But PaperX might have perfectly read Fnatic's plan. PaperX opened with 1B lobby, 4A main. The same opening as last round, except Forsaken is lurking B main this time, while the rest of PaperX call to aggressively contest A main with a tether nade combo. So both teams really want A main control this round. This could get nuclear.
Takes to win.
Crashy's just trying to rally the troops. Caesar's avoided, disjointed, and Boaster is forward. PaperX fully grouped up though. Knife for to re-clear, flash in the face. How do you respect this one? Paranoia, avoided, sidestepped. There's a showstopper, you're blinded right back. Kayak! He's gonna do it all. Pac-Man!
And an explosive clash results in the 3-4-2 trade. PaperX up 3v2, but something is left at 20 HP. He decides to post up in an off angle while his team scales onto site.
Something is way ahead of the curve.
Chronicle might have an idea. He's going to clear this. It all depends how diligent he is.
And he's not precise enough. Chronicle is there with it in time. 2v2. Chronicle fast. Steps forwards with a snake bite. Plant is down though. Vulnerable applies and the thorns on top of it. Divide! Head not clean off.
Chronicle single-handedly wipes out the rest of PaperX. He wins Fnatic a much-needed round. Brick by brick, Fnatic are shifting the momentum back in their favor. PaperX call a timeout. The new Fnatic roster fell short in EMEA kickoff and failed to make Masters Bangkok. But it turns out the stumble was just growing pains. In EMEA Stage 1, Fnatic finally united and blossomed. They dominated the region and seized the EMEA throne in a godlike fashion. And in Masters Toronto, they clawed their way to the grand finals. Now, for the first time in 728 days, this is Fnatic's chance to lift another trophy. This is their chance to prove to everyone that they still have what it takes to be the best in the world, that the legend of Fnatic has been reborn. If Fnatic win this round, then they will bankrupt PaperX. They will hijack the tracks to catch up and tie up the score 11-11. But of course, if PaperX wins this, then they will arrive at match and championship point. Now, PaperX know that Fnatic are contesting A main every round, so this round they call to change it up. PaperX open with a 3-1-1 spread. They want to take C-Long control while Fnatic waste their util A. Maybe draw some rotates away from A. Maybe bait out a B push, and then re-clear A after. But Fnatic are also changing up their game plan. They open with a 2-1-2 spread, Viper ult and Fade util A, a Killjoy set up B specifically to stop a B split, and Kayak is opping C long with Boaster supporting him. This game plan is so oppressive. So PaperX want C control, and they're about to run right into Fnatic's op.
And see if they can get up to tournament point.
Operator in a flash.
And PaperX blitz onto C long, pushing Kayak back. And at this time, Divide pops his Vice Flash A. The flash detects nothing. Wait, that means Fnatic aren't pushed up A? PaperX hinges. Back C. Boaster smokes the C choke. Forsaken spams to make noise, then opens a B door. The rest of PaperX post B main, but no Fnatic aggression spotted. So with C and B pressure established, PaperX called to group up and re-clear A. But PaperX have been quiet for too long. Fnatic want info, so crashes Prowler C long. It spots nothing, so he starts rotating A. At this time, PaperX also Prowler A main.
Much more drawing a line in the sand, deeper onto the site.
But PaperX might need to hurry, because both Crashes and Kayak are already rotating A.
Towards the A site.
More forward. Gate crash forward on top of it, something. Longest the acknowledgement.
The noise baits out Alphayear's baby door molly, but it's just fake noise. PaperX are grouping up to split B, but then Chronicle Viper ults A, so now PaperX are sure to commit to this B hit. What can Alphayear do alone?
Alpha, yeah, he's going to be under pressure soon, but there could be no better player for Fnatic.
Locked down onto the floor, there's a horn to deal with, but what a peak, what a timing, Alpha. Finally coming online here.
Forsaken bullies his way through Boaster though. IGL diff and gets himself in a position.
move on.
Alpha though cannot be stopped.
He's feeling himself. Patman can't do it all.
And Alpha Year runs down Paper Rex with a 4K. Paper Rex played the macro of this round so well, but Fnatic were always one step ahead. They read Paper Rex's strat and handled it perfectly. And of course, Alpha Year rode that momentum to dismantle Paper Rex. Fnatic are just one round away from tying up the score, and Paper Rex are now bankrupt. Fnatic have stolen the reins of this match. Momentum in their favor, a weapons advantage, their comeback feels inevitable. But nothing is ever guaranteed. Can Fnatic secure this round and tie up the score? Or will Paper Rex somehow upset them to get to championship point? Paper Rex open with a 1-3-1 spread. They have close range weapons, so they want to take B main control. But Fnatic know this too. They want to keep their distance, so they open with a 2-1-2 spread. Similar setup as last round, but with a few critical tweaks. Kayak remembers he got ran down C long last round. That play is even more likely to happen this round since Paper Rex are on a save, so he's starting all the way back bend with his op while Boaster gets early info C long. Next, Alpha Year has his anti-B split setup on B, but he's playing Heaven this round. He doesn't want to play close and get trampled all over. So Fnatic are playing back this round, ready to receive any fast strats Paper Rex have prepared. The barriers drop, Paper Rex sprint to B main.
Take more risks in moments like this.
Forward again.
Molly baited out. Forsaken TPs across. With Jing waiting close C lobby, Paper Rex want to open the door to crunch C long. But Boaster hears all this noise and he has an idea.
Boaster's ready with it.
He parts the ocean for Kayak's up, but it misses. And Boaster slips away with 20 health. Jing flies forward to join Forsaken.
Low. Drop down to just 20.
Kayak finds first blood. Paper Rex don't have smokes anymore. Crashes Prowler's front B.
They were expecting Jing to...
It detects Devi and his Phantom. Devi has Fnatic's attention, so Paper Rex called to pop C now.
Kayak's got to hit a shot.
He really does. Under that pressure, there's a TP into the back of the side. He misses. Just wide. And giving up that space.
A Boaster doesn't have the health really to be able to support him. Fnatic with a player advantage, but no massive ults to be able to help this retake. It is super possible that Paper Rex can pull this off. Every fight is going to be in a good range for the Stingers and the Judge.
Close quarters. What's called for here for Paper Rex?
Boaster ults in place to threaten the possibility of him flanking, but in reality, Fnatic called to retake with 4 CT and 1 waterfall.
So heads on the swivel right now, Paper Rex. Gonna do it all, no breaking in a haunt. And now all the way in, Kayak leads the charge. Chronicle to the side, Kayak with safety in numbers.
Is that a professional cleaning service? No, it's a Fnatic retake. Brick by brick, Fnatic have done the unthinkable and have finally caught up. The score is tied. Both teams are now just one round away from map point. A year after their second place finish at Masters Copenhagen, 2023, VCT champions Los Angeles, Paper Rex have once again climbed their way up to a global grand final stage. This is their chance at redemption. They've grown, they've learned from their frustrating loss at Masters Copenhagen, and most importantly, it was Jing's last dance before he's forced to leave the team due to mandatory military service. Paper Rex wanted to send Jing off with a trophy, but once again, they fell short. The loss was absolutely devastating. To make matters worse, the curse of second place tightened its hold. Paper Rex gained the pressure and expectations of a champion, but with no trophy to show for it. And they crumbled under that pressure. It started with a mediocre showing in 2024, and then they collapsed when they failed to qualify for 2025's Masters Bangkok. This is the first time PaperX have missed a global event in 3 whole years. But from rock bottom, the train of PaperX gained its footing. They gathered momentum and shot straight into their 3rd grand finals at Masters Toronto. But right when PaperX finally got another chance to break their curse and rewrite the narrative, they just threw away their lead. Will history be repeating itself? Fnatic's economy is thriving. They're surfing on the momentum of their comeback. If Fnatic can win this round, then they will be the first to hit map point, while PaperX will not have a full buy. This round could decide everything. PaperX opened with a 104 spread. They want to hit A fast, with Divine making a bit of fake noise C. But Fnatic may be perfectly set up to receive this. Fnatic opened with a 203 spread. This setup is a combination of their setups from the last 2 rounds. Kayak playing C-side with the op, with Boaster jump spotting, just like last round. And like 2 rounds ago, Alpha Year is playing B-Link with a setup to slow down a B split. But Chronicle sees that Forsaken has Omen ult. He thinks PaperX may do a set play with Omen ulting into their spawn, so he's starting Heaven to counter it. But little does he know, his read is wrong. Yet, it may be a blessing in disguise.
Can PaperX avoid the crumble, the choke?
The narratives that have been circling, swirling around these PaperX players. They cannot play into their inner demons, but Fnatic are putting up a stalwart defense. An answer back to that pace. Crashies is under the pressure. There's a nade at your feet, power into the back, flash on top of it. He needs some help, and he needs it now. Chronicle is the one to help him. And Crashies will be falling, but time has been bought, and Chronicle gliding in, sliding in.
And the fortress of Fnatic extinguished PaperX's execute. Chronicle and Crashies tore down all of PaperX by themselves. And now, Fnatic are just 1 round away from taking the series to the final map, Split, where they are invincible. Doubt creeps in for PaperX. Their frustrating loss at Masters Copenhagen, their devastating loss at Champs Los Angeles. And right when it seemed like everything was starting to click, they crashed right into the cement wall that is Fnatic. Maybe all that hard work wasn't enough. Maybe we'll crumble under the pressure once again. Maybe we're cursed to never win a trophy. As Fnatic sit just 1 point away from stealing this win, as the air becomes heavier and heavier with each passing second, Coach Alex calls a timeout.
Boys, you're doing the same mistake as G2 guys. You're trying to rush the damn thing. Once you're in the side, right, you've won the round, okay?
Yep.
So don't do that shit that you just do just now, okay guys? Take your time, get the smokes down, get the right things down, comms that the smokes are missing. Jason, Jay, 2 of you, calm down on the thing, right? It's gonna work, okay? We have a lot of big outies, let's use it together, okay boys?
Yep. We can see, boys. Let's
You wanna go in fast or no? If you
Yes,
I go the fast. Yes, I'll chip it there.
Alright, listen, guys, when the chaos happening, right, I need you to be calm.
Okay, let's go, boys.
Okay? Not crazy, okay guys? You need to stop, set, shoot. Breathe, okay boys?
Yep.
It doesn't matter, look, it doesn't matter. Let's play this round, okay?
Yep.
No matter what happens, let's play this round now, okay?
PaperX have Euro and Fade ult, so they call to open with a 4-1-0 spread. They want to slam C with their ults, but Fnatic have completely read PaperX. They open with a 2-2-1 spread. Both Viper and Killjoy setups on C, plus an op in the hands of Alpha Year. This is a maximum security setup on C. Not only that, Kayak and Boaster are double stacked B main to aggressively hold this space, possibly pinch C long, or just have fast rotates to C. So in the final hour, PaperX are about to run right into Fnatic's stacked site.
He's been hot and cold with them, let's say.
Operator Alpha.
Who's next?
Hug in your face, TP forwards, and that's what that dimensional drift spots it out, something. Guiding the rest of his team in. Not far behind him, a bit of spam into the back of the box. This is it. Play for OT, play for map 5. All on the line for them, something with the exit, all the way out, Alpha's all the way in, and Chronicle just drops them in their tracks. Alpha cleans up Boaster.
And PaperX ball up and storm onto the site together. 2-for-2 trade, it's a 3v3.
But the two huge players from Fnatic dropped. Kron and Alpha gone.
And Forsaken lines up a perfect spam on Boaster. Spike ticking, Paper Rex up numbers.
Paper looking to stay alive in this map. Fnatic want to send it that much deeper. TPs all around, sowing and chaos into the mix. Crashes deep in the seas and a Haunt on top of it. Yuto could not be even better there. But stops to the side, Patman double dashing in. We are going the distance.
And when it mattered the most, Paper Rex manifests one final win to trigger overtime. Welcome to overtime. The first team to muster a 2-point lead will win it all. Fnatic are on attack now. They open with 4 C long and 1 towards A. Fnatic want to hit C with Alpha Year holding the flanks and listening for info. And Fnatic's call might just be perfect because Paper Rex open with a 1-1-3 spread. With 3 players A, Paper Rex want to take A control fast. And if Fnatic aren't there, shift towards B and C. But this means at the start, C site is completely free for the pack of Fnatic to take. Will Fnatic sniff out this opening? The round begins. Fnatic post up C lobby. They need to be ready in case Paper Rex are doing some kind of crazy C push. But at the same time, towards A, something flashes. Jing Roomba's A main. Forsaken smokes off the choke. Alpha Year comes. Hey, Paper Rex are contesting A main. So the rest of Fnatic start advancing towards C. But immediately, Jing shifts towards B. Forsaken TPs to Rubble to hold A. And something also rotates B. The rotates are fast. Time is ticking for Fnatic. Patman prowlers from B for info. Alpha Year dodges it, so he instantly starts walking up B to capitalize on this timing. But Paper Rex are aware of this play. Something and Patman are doubled up, ready for a fight.
Destined to get it in overtime. He's going to step forwards though, into a stack.
Contact taken, so the rest of Fnatic call to speed up C. But Jing is already waterfall. Kayak leaps in, triggers a steel wall. Boaster TPs over the wall. Crashies tosses them the spike, but it's an air ball. Fnatic are like, Boaster, grab the spike and plant.
Far to the corner, but you're out in the open and Forsaken and Divine collecting all sorts of kills and attempt to even it out. Kayak still has that control. Paper Rex all the way in. Paper Rex are the ones in control.
And Paper Rex annihilate Fnatic. In the final hour, Fnatic, wary of Paper Rex's lightning flood retakes, tunneled too hard on trying to get the spike planted. They fumbled the spike and Device seized the opening to draw first blood. Then Paper Rex swiftly crunched Fnatic, giving them 0 room to breathe and cleanly take the round. It is match, series, and championship point for Paper Rex. Just one more round. The journey here has been long enough. Paper Rex desperately do not want to play another round of overtime, so they can't afford to make any mistakes. With that in mind, Paper Rex open with a wide 2-2-1 default. They want to default B main and C long with a lurk towards A. As for Fnatic, they open with a 2-1-2 spread. It's the same setup they've been running from rounds 21 to 23 when their wins felt absolutely dominant. Raze Omen C, Killjoy anti-B split setup B, and Fade Viper A. With everything on the line, the round begins. Forsaken Omen smokes B main. This smoke helps Paper Rex take B main control and threatens a lurk out. Patman fade eyes towards C. Then him and Forsaken sprint to B lobby. At C, Divide roses C long, but Kayak breaks it. One-way smoke blooms. I lands long, but Fnatic instantly break it. Back B, Patman prowlers B main. The prowler detects nothing. B main control is Paper Rex's. Off this noise, Kayak leaves C to rotate B. But at the same time, while all this noise is happening C long and B main, something notices A is extremely quiet, so he starts lurking out A main. Forsaken and Patman are making hella noise B main. Forsaken then runs towards the switch. Jing Roomba C long as Forsaken opens the B door. Boaster is forced to fall back, giving up the deep C long angle. But because of this, Kayak pivots back C. Fnatic are doubled up on C, while Paper Rex now have C long and B main control. And something is now holding onto Rubble control. This is amazing defaulting from Paper Rex. But Fnatic are also painfully aware of their lack of map control. They need to get proactive. So Chronicle opens a tree door and crashes prowlers through.
Line in the sand drawn from Fnatic.
The prowler detects something.
Over any of this map control.
He's making a lot of obvious noise, making it seem like a fake, while the rest of Paper Rex are actually all grouping up to hit A.
We saw in OT before it went deep. No team was able to close out early.
Fnatic are going to be forced to dig deep here. Pressure mounting. Paper Rex putting it on them. Alarmbot dealt with the paranoia sweeps. Forwards, Alpha! Playmaker once more. Him and Chronicle.
And Fnatic destroy Paper Rex's execute. Fnatic up 4v2. They are determined to bring this series to split. Paper Rex need a miracle, something Forsaken have to force 1v1s to find picks and equalize the numbers. But Fnatic also know Paper Rex's win condition. They're all playing back, posted for an aggressive push, ready to use their numbers advantage and play trades in the post plant. This round is impossible for Paper Rex to win.
So much space though given to these two on Paper Rex, and we've seen what they can do in difficult spots. Would be a magical conversion of a 2v4. Everything that Something and Forsaken could have dreamed of. And these four players from Fnatic looking simply to play spoiler.
Peaks. Something he's looking for any sort of kill he can claim. Risky business. Fnatic gonna play this one smart. Patience is there, but a paranoia. Hold on, neutral out with your hands. Forsaken. He's isoed the fights. And Something is wrecking them from on high. Oh. The prince that was promised to finally be crowned. Paper Rex, the Masters Toronto champions!